What's going on, Final Cut Pro editors? I will be giving you a review on these collection of titles, icons, graphics, and transitions. Vistina did sponsor this video. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to purchase and download. First thing I want to mention that given the price and having 2050 plugins to choose from, this is 100% worth it. You have hundreds of titles that can be modified and used for pretty much any professional video. You also get hundreds of icons that can highlight important moments and bring your videos to life. These graphics will make your videos look more professional, and you can use some of these to animate your logo as well. My favorite part about this is the transitions they have available. I'll be covering that last. Now that I briefly mentioned the 4 collections, I'm going to go over each one at a time. Let's start off with the titles. When you first download your collections, you're going to have over here your titles, icons, and graphics, and then your transitions. In this folder over here, you're going to have some sound effects that you can use for your graphics. This last folder over here will have tutorials how to install it and how to keep up with the updates. There's also tutorials how to use the titles, icons, graphics, and transitions. I already have everything installed in Final Cut Pro. I'll go to the titles and generators sidebar and click on Final Cut Pro titles collection. And these are high-end clean motion graphics that I'm personally going to use for real estate videos as well. But I'll show you an example with the minimal titles, which is the very first one. When you find a title that you like, you can easily select it, drag and drop it into your timeline. I'll play this so you can take a look at it. You can edit this in the inspector and change the text as much as you'd like. And if you want to remove the animation, you can deselect the build in and build out. There's no motion graphics building in or building out, so I can always add a transition and put one myself. I'll go ahead and select those again because I want those in there. If you want to adjust the position or the size, you have the option to use the inspector or click on this inner circle to move the position, or click on the outer circle to adjust the size. This is just one out of the many options you have to choose from. In the titles collection, you have 11 different categories. This first category that I went over is called minimal titles, which has 100 different clips in that category. The next one is kinetic titles, and this category has another 100 clips that you can choose from. The next category available, corporate titles. There's 100 to choose from in this section as well, and just like what it says, you can use this for corporate work. The next one available, number 4, is the rectangle titles, which is very good for an attention grabber when you're trying to have a sale. I recommend this one if you're selling any merchandise. And the 5th one, we have logo titles, where you can drag and drop your images over here. So regardless if it's a logo or even a headshot, these cool motion graphics will animate it in. You do have 30 logo titles to choose from. And if you have a really awesome quote you want it to be animated in, number 6, you have quote titles. There are 25 different quote titles available. And remember, even in each title, you can always make adjustments, change the coloring, the size, the font, make any other adjustments you find necessary. The next category you have available, we have niche titles. There's 13 different options that you can choose from. And following after that, number 8, you have longer titles. Then you got lower thirds, which many of you will find useful, especially for interviews and you want to address someone's name in that shot. You do have 70 titles in the lower thirds option, so you have so many to choose from and they look very professional. Number 10, we have these callouts. I like using these pointers to identify something important. In this case, I'm pointing out the solar panels and I'm using keyframes to follow the solar panels as the drone is rotating. And the last one, number 11, you have the stomp, just exactly what it says. If you have a title that you want to stomp into frame, go ahead and select one of these. The icons collection is great if you want to talk about some important key points while you're talking. You can use these icons if you want to emphasize some of the most important points you're trying to make. You can also make adjustments to these icons as well. The next one are the graphics collections, which has 7 different categories, and I'll only be able to highlight just a few of them. One of them is typography, which is great for presentations, and you can also include some of your own images in these graphics as well. There is also plenty of social media graphics that you can use to highlight your own platform and animate them. This is great if you're trying to persuade your viewers to give you more likes, follows, or subscribers, and there's so much more you can do. Then we got more infographics that you can use if you have any more presentations that you want to animate. In the inspector, you can make adjustments to the graph or charts. If you have any important data or statistics you're covering in your video, you can adjust these bars that match whatever you're describing. And the last one, we have the transitions collections. This is real simple. Once you have the transitions installed, you can go ahead and drag and drop the transition in between the clips. You can also adjust the length of the transition by dragging the edge of it. There are hundreds of transitions you can choose from. If you see over here while I'm scrolling down, we also have them in different categories. We have over here basic shapes, and then we have color shapes, and then we have the glitch effects. And over here we have the grid effects, and the ink effects, paintbrush strokes, the slice effects, and the last one is the zoom transition effects. You got hundreds of transitions you can choose from. What I showed you here is just a small percentage of all the options you have. My final review about this whole collection is that it is worth the investment. I left the link below in the description for a one-time purchase. I did also leave a second link for a subscription fee if you're interested. You can buy a subscription license and get access to millions of creative assets, from graphics to video to web templates, music tracks, and stock photos from $16.50 a month. Go ahead and check them out. That's it for this video. I'm definitely going to apply these into my own projects as well, so feel free to check them out. Subscribe to this channel for more useful information. This is for all my filmmakers and video editors. And that's about it. Peace out.